Going up.
Welcome back to another episode of the Dope Sports Podcast. We are live. Shout out to King for that sub to start off the stream. So, for my people on YouTube, if you're wondering why you heard a random song play over the intro song, that is King subbing. He is now 20 months in a row. So, shout out to King, man. Much love to him. We got a busy episode. D-Web, Know the Gang in the building. What's good on Twitch? If you're on YouTube watching, shout out to you. Make sure you come through and show love. Leave your comments and predictions on the YouTube. Busy week. I almost forgot that today was Tuesday. I had a busy, very, very busy weekend. And then last night I had a dope podcast with my boys, Benny Rodgers and Justin Guitar Slayer Lion. So if you're a musician fan, if you're a fan of MGK, Lil Wayne, Blackpink, Big Bang, any artist, just you might want to go ahead and watch that show last night. It was another dope episode. But we're not here to waste time, man. I am joined once again by Tony from Get the Tables, ladies and gentlemen. And we got to talk about our NFL Week 7. I guess our predictions. D-Web is the winner again. Shout out to D-Web. Max said he watched the videos of Chill Stream. I appreciate it, Max. Like I say, man, it means more when y'all watch the podcast because that's where all the hard work come in. Playing the video games and streaming wrestling and stuff on Twitch and all that, that's the easy stuff. But the podcast is hard work, man. So a lot goes into it. So I appreciate anybody that watch the podcast. But yeah, D-Web is the winner of Week 7. He got 10 games right. I had another guy, CJ Cam. He got 9 wins. I got 8. Tony got 7. And Rob got 7 to 8, I believe. So yeah, D-Web about to get another gift card, man. Amazon gift card, man. Following the instructions and getting it right. But let's get right into it. Let's play the intro. Then we're going to bring Tony on the screen and let's go. Never mind, Tony's on the screen already. It decided not to play my intro.
Oh, what's
all right,
going on?
Let's do it. Hold on. Let's do the intro. Let's go ahead and get it out the way. Now we are officially ready to start the show, man. Tony, thank you for joining once again. Thank you for coming through every week. How's it going for you today?
It's all right. I'm doing okay. Sports-wise, not so much, but I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. We're going to get into your team sports-wise. See, look, you got on me last week about the Cowboys, talking about why I'm putting the Cowboys on the screen and Dallas teams, but this week I got Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady.
Oh,
on a
we're progressing.
Yeah, on a YouTube thumbnail, and then the title even starts off as Tom Brady. Will Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers miss the playoffs this year? Which is crazy to ask. It's crazy to ask considering who it is. It's Tom Brady and freaking Aaron Rodgers. So let's not waste any time. Let me get the scores up so we can go over the NFL Week 7 before we make our Week 8 predictions, because it's been a crazy week, man. A lot of upsets this week. And before we do that, I do want to let y'all know, if y'all don't know already, Christian McCaffrey was traded to the 49ers. He did play this past Sunday, so it didn't help him out, but he still played nonetheless.
Yeah.
So let's get right into these scores. We started off with the probably the highest scoring and best Thursday night game of the season so far.
Absolutely.
The Cardinals
Yeah.
took out the Saints 42-34. Cardinals are 3-4 at home. Saints are 2-5. You have any thoughts on that game?
Not really. It was just surprisingly a good game. I know the Cardinals went up pretty big at first with the 2 pick sixes, and Andy
Yep.
Dalton looked like crap. But yeah, they ended up making it a game. They just couldn't get that last touchdown to try to tie up the game. But yeah, it was a pretty good game for a Thursday nighter, which have been pretty bad as of late.
Yeah, the same Andy Dalton that everybody wanted to replace Dak a couple of years ago. By the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know I'm gonna bring that up.
Oh, absolutely. I don't blame you.
He went 30 of 47, which is not too bad. 361 yards, 4 touchdowns total, and then he had 2 interceptions that went for pick six. So he threw 6 touchdowns, just 2 of them went to the other team.
Yeah.
So
That's never good.
Yeah, shout out to him for that, I guess. Moving on, Cincinnati take out the Falcons 35-17. Cincinnati is now on fire. They are 4-3. Falcons are 3-4. Joe Burrow threw for 481 yards and 3 touchdowns. Tyler Boyd has been going off all season. 155 yards, 1 touchdown. If you got Tyler Boyd in your fantasy, you are loving it right now. Any thoughts on that game?
It looks like the Bengals are starting to hit their stride. They had a pretty bad start to the season. But they're seemingly looking like they're getting on the right track. Burrow with almost 500 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. You had Tyler Boyd, like you said, but don't forget about Jamar Chase. He had 8 receptions for 130, 2 touchdowns as well. So, I mean, that offense is starting to light it up. And I think they brought the Falcons down to earth a little bit after that 49ers victory last week.
Yeah, it's starting to get dangerous for the AFC with Cincinnati getting hot. Moving on, we got my team, the Dallas Cowboys, ladies and gentlemen, taking out. Don't be a hater, man. Don't be a hater. Taking out the Detroit Lions, 24-6. Detroit is now 1-5. Cowboys 5-2. Tony, I don't know why you picked Detroit last week.
Hey, you can't tell me that you were sweating a little bit. They kept it close to the fourth quarter.
No.
Fourth quarter, the Cowboys pulled away, but it was 10-6 like till the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
they kept it close.
That's great. They was up 6-3. They was up 6-3 going into halftime. Dak had a bad first half, which I expected it. I tried to tell people on the podcast, look, he ain't played in 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Like, he's going to start off bad. It's not going to be just him putting up 400 yards. But so everybody on my timeline, oh, see, Dak sucked. Cooper Rush need to do this. Cooper Rush need to do that. But Dak turned around in the second half, went 10 of 11 for 105 yards, 1 touchdown. And then they, like you said, they ran away. They scored 21 in the second half after scoring 3 in the first half. And still, people like, see, man, Dak is not consistent. Cooper Rush was better. He was more consistent. And I'm like, Dak has already outscored Cooper Rush in 1 game. Like,
yeah, I mean,
it's just,
he had to, he's gonna be rusty that first game. It was funny because I had a buddy go to that game on Sunday, the Cowboys and Lions, and he said, like, they got to the first or 2 or 3 possessions Cowboys had, and they didn't do nothing. They were already chanting for Rush to come back into the game. I was like, man,
trash. Like, trash, bro. Some of the fans, I go at them personally because the stuff they say is just racist. Like, if you don't believe in Dak, that's one thing, but you just don't want Dak to play quarterback for the Cowboys because he's a quarterback of the Cowboys. He can't be a black quarterback playing for the Cowboys. Like, I see comments like that. I'm just like, ridiculous. Okay, man. Like, that's why I go so hard for Dak, because I see stuff like that, so
and also got to give credit to the running game. I mean, Pollard had a good game. So did Zeke with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Pollard had a good game too. I mean, he spread the ball around also with the Lamb, Brown, and Schultz. So if you ask me, the offense looked a lot better with Dak. I mean, granted, they're playing the Lions and they're the worst defense in the league. But yeah, you got to give credit to Dak going out there, and he did good. Good.
Detroit came out flying. They was flying to the ball first half, man. Jeff Okada was all over the field. Like, if there was somebody making the tackle, it was Jeff Okada. Jeff Okada had a great game. So shout out to Detroit. They came out playing hard. They look like a fresh team. They had a bye, so they had a week off. So they came in looking fresh. But at the end of the day, Dallas is just too talented for them. They moved to
Yeah.
5-2. They play Chicago next. Now, if Dak starts off bad against Chicago, well, I don't know. Chicago looked good last night. But if Dak starts off bad against Chicago like he did Detroit, then we might have a conversation. We can maybe have a conversation about Dak being inconsistent. But, I mean,
I think you got to give him at least like 3 games to get back into the flow of things. Yeah, the Bears looked good last night against the Pats.
yeah.
But I don't think they're going to perform that well against the Cowboys. So I don't think you have anything to worry about then. When's the next big matchup for the Cowboys? Who do they actually play against someone very credible? Is it the Vikings?
Yeah, I
They play the
believe,
Vikings coming up.
it's the bye week and then Minnesota. I could double check.
Yeah,
real
so
quick.
we'll see how he performs against that team, against Minnesota, a team that's leading their division and doing pretty good right now.
Yeah, so I'll pull
If
it
he
up.
underperforms against the Bears, you might have, you're going to get those people chanting for Rush and wanting Rush to come back in. But let's be real, how better would he have done against the Bears than Dak? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the thing is, even when we was winning and Rush looked good, he didn't do nothing. Like the numbers that
Yeah.
Dak put up are still exactly the same as Cooper Rush.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're not lying.
So actually, he had a
It's a
better
good point.
quarter. He had a better QBR rating than Cooper Rush all season off that one game. And I put that on Facebook, and they were still arguing with me, man. So I'm just like, whatever, bro. I'm just tired of arguing with you. I'm gonna do my podcast. I'm gonna say what I want on my podcast, and then we gonna keep it moving from there. So yeah, Dallas has Chicago a bye week at Green Bay, then the Vikings and the Giants.
Okay, three good games right there.
Well, we go stump Green Bay. That's an easy
Oh,
dub right there. We go
damn,
stump
all
them.
right. Okay. Damn.
But let's keep it moving. We got the Colts losing to the Titans, 19-10. Colts 3-3. Titans 4-2. Matt Ryan, 243 yards, 1 touchdown, but he threw the ball 44 times just to get 243 yards. Derrick Henry had 128 yards on the ground, 30 carries. Paris Campbell had 70 yards, 1 touchdown on 10 catches. Got any thoughts on that game?
Nah, I just said the Colts, man. I felt like they were kind of one of the teams that everyone was talking about coming into the season. Like they were just a quarterback away to being, this Super Bowl bound team. I know Matt Ryan isn't what he used to be, but they seemed like he was the savior for that franchise. And man, have they underperformed. Not only him, but Jonathan Taylor has underperformed. He didn't have a good game yesterday or Sunday. But the Titans, they're starting to hit their stride again as well. They had a really good performance. Looks like Tannehill went down, but I'm not sure if they said he's out or if he's hurt or anything like that. And then Derrick Henry tearing it up with 128 yards.
Yeah.
Titans look like they're going to be a team to be worried about at the end of the year in the playoffs. But man, the Colts to me have been kind of an underachiever in the AFC.
Yeah, I've been
Especially in that division. Like it's not a very strong division.
Right.
And it's really like it's up for grabs right now.
Yeah, I've been saying it for the last 3-4 weeks that I don't believe in Matt Ryan and he's washed. So I'm gonna keep picking against him.
I think he got benched. If I'm not mistaken, he's getting benched for Ellinger.
Yeah,
for this next game.
Yeah.
They're blaming it on a shoulder injury, but apparently it was going to happen anyways. So yeah, it's not looking good for Matt Ryan.
Hey man, it's a lot of washed quarterbacks going on right now. We're gonna get to the other ones. Washington, the Commanders upset the Green Bay Packers 23-21 at home. Both teams are now 3-4. Scary Terry had one of his best games of the season against Alexander. He had 73 yards, 1 touchdown. Robinson on the ground, 73 yards on 20 carries. Heineke, 201 yards, 2 touchdowns. He went 20 for 33. Aaron Rodgers went 23 of 35, but only 194 yards.
Yeah, that's crazy.
2 touchdowns, QBR 48.9. No, they didn't do nothing on the ground. As a whole, the team as a whole, Green Bay had 12 carries, 38 yards. And yeah, both teams are 3-4. What's going on in Green Bay?
I don't know. If you're a Green Bay fan, I'd be worried. You know, you have the title if Green Bay or Tampa might miss the playoffs. You know, Tampa, luckily their division's not very strong.
Right.
Tampa Bay has a better chance to make the playoffs than Green Bay because Green Bay, they got the Vikings ahead of them. They're just not playing very well. 12 carries for 38 yards between the two running backs is not good. Rodgers throwing for 35 passes and only gets under 194 yards. I mean, it's not looking very good. If I'm Green Bay, of course you're worried that they're not going to make the playoffs. But you might have to try to make a run at one of these wide receivers that might be available, like a DJ Moore or or Claypool or someone who is available at the trade deadline to get your guys going, because obviously Rodgers doesn't trust these young guys because he targets one guy or two guys and that's it, Lazard and Jones.
Yeah.
So it's like he doesn't go after anybody else but those two guys mainly, and the tight end sometimes. So maybe you get him a veteran or a guy that he actually believes in, that he can put into the offense. But right now that offense is stuttering bad, and their defense too. They used to have a pretty solid defense that would get key stops when needed. They couldn't get that stop at the end of the game against Washington to even give them a chance to get the ball.
And see, that's the crazy thing, because their star players on defense are not playing like star players right now.
No, they're not.
Like
They're
Alexander getting handled by McLaurin yesterday was kind of crazy to see, because I personally thought Alexander was a better coverage DB than Trayvon Diggs, but Trayvon has been shutting McLaurin down for the last 4 or 5 games, and he just torched Alexander yesterday. So that was a little shocking to me to see that happen. Yeah, man, the Packers. It's a lot to take from this game, because one is the NFC is wide open, because we're going to get to the next game with the Panthers beating Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both Buccaneers are 3-4. That's a favorite team coming into the season. Packers are 3-4, and then you got the Giants 6-1, Eagles 6-0, Cowboys 5-2. But Washington, you're really not out of it right now at 3-4, because you tied with Tampa and the Packers. And then if you look at the rest of the NFC, let's see, the Falcons are 3-4, Cardinals are 3-4, Saints are 2-5. Yeah,
a lot of 3-4 teams. It's pretty much the Giants, Eagles, Vikings. They got Eagles 6-0, Giants 6-1.
Yeah,
you have the Vikings 5-1. So it's definitely. Those two teams are the head of the pack right now, but you have the Cowboys right underneath them, and then you got a bunch of 3-4 teams.
Yeah, so I mean that NFC is wide open, and right now the way it's looking, you're gonna see 3 NFC East teams in the playoffs, which is funny because everybody come in talking about the NFC least. And right now you about to get 3, you might get 4 depending on the Commanders. Like, hey,
yeah, it's definitely possible at this point.
Now, that'll be crazy if they somehow get all CJ Cam on YouTube talking about the Giants being 6-1 is crazy. It is, man. They keep winning. They keep winning, bro. But yeah, man, and the NFC East is doing it by playing grounded out, dirty football, basically. Like, they're running, they're physical on defense. NFC East is like turning it back the clock, going old school with their style of play. And it's working. So shout out to the NFC East, man. But once again, we got Tampa Bay losing to Carolina 21-3. 3 points to Carolina, a 1-5 team they're trading everybody right now. They just fired the coach. What the hell is going on in Tampa Bay? This is your team. Let's go. What's going on with them?
They're just not playing good at all on both sides of the field. I mean, it did suck the wind out of the team when Mike Evans drops that wide open. Sorry about that. Wide open pass for a touchdown at the beginning of the game, and then just from there, it was just kind of like downward spiral. Punt. It was horrible. Defensive giving up big runs in the second half. A long touchdown pass to Tremble, tight end of all people. I mean, they just did not look prepared out there. I think, my honest opinion, it's the coaching and it's drizzling off onto the players. they need to do something. I don't know if it's a coaching change. I don't know if it's the coordinator Brian Leftwich needs to go. I mean, it's just all both aspects of the team. They're playing horrible. I'm not gonna make any excuses for this team. They should be playing a lot better than they should. Yes, they were down some key players in the secondary. They lost Winfield in the second half due to concussion, who might not play Thursday as well. And their offensive line is pretty much garbage. But again, Tampa Bay should be beating these teams that they have in front of them, especially the Panthers, especially the Steelers. They should be beating these teams. And their offense has become predictable. Their offense has become stale.
Yeah.
And their offense is struggling really, really bad. And it's not going to get any easier this week playing the Ravens. So
another loss, another L.
I think I think they'll play better this Thursday against the Ravens. I do think they'll win, but I wouldn't be surprised if they lose. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a blowout either, because it just feels like
digital tools so impressive. Carolina.
Hold on, ESPN keep playing ads on my damn stream.
Shit's hitting the fan really quick right now in Tampa, where you have the analysts and media calling for possibly a coaching change, and obviously you're not going to do a coaching change 4 days before a game.
He just got there too.
Yeah, but it's just not looking good for Todd Bowles. And Todd Bowles has been known for not being a great coach, but a great coordinator. And I think I'm kind of starting to see it. I think as a defensive guy, he's great as a defensive coordinator, but as a coach, it's just not cutting it at the moment. And I don't know what the hell's going on with Byron Leftwich. This guy was a genius calling plays about a season or two ago. He's even getting called up to be a coach, possibly. And his offensive game planning has been just awful. Running it when the running game isn't doing well, and constantly just doing predictable plays. And Brady hasn't looked good either. So I don't know what's going on. I think they need to wake the hell up. Their next 3 games aren't easy. They got the Ravens, the Rams, and the Seahawks. So they need to win at least 2 out of those 3 games to even hopefully keep on chance to win this division. Because right now, that's their only chance of making the playoffs is winning the division. The way that everyone else is playing in the NFC right now. So we'll see what happens on Thursday, and can only hope it goes positive from there.
So when are y'all going to start getting on Brady for some of the ducks and the bad passes?
No, it's not all. It's everyone. It's not just the coaching. I think if you want to put the blame in like percentage, Brady is to blame. I mean, some of these throws have been horrible. He's not seeing guys who are wide open. He's concentrating on one guy. There's clips out there on Twitter where they shows him concentrating on one particular player. There's 2 guys wide open. He's kind of playing like Russell Wilson a little bit right now, where he's missing guys that are open, and he's just not playing to the type of talent that he is. I'm not going to say Brady's washed, because I think that would just be silly. I just think honestly, obviously, stuff off field may be affecting him, and he's trying to not make it seem like it is. But it's hard to when you're going through stuff like that, family wise. But Brady is to blame. There's a lot of blame. The defense is playing like crap. The blame goes everywhere, but obviously the coaching will take the fall for, right now, if they have to make a change.
I wish the defense was playing like that in week 1. They came
right.
out look like a
and
Super
I don't
Bowl
know what
defense
I don't know what happened from there till now. I honestly cannot put my finger on it. Having guys out in the secondary did hurt them. They didn't have Carlton Davis. They didn't have Sean Murphy-Bunting. They didn't have some of their key players that are in the secondary. But again, that's no excuse. They should have beaten the Panthers, even outscored the Panthers. They're going to give up points. They should have at least been able to outscore the Panthers. And they looked horrible. They looked downright horrible.
CJ said, my GOAT got too much going on. I hate to see him play like this on YouTube. Hey,
I agree.
Agree.
He's not washed. He's not washed.
All right. Well, hey.
I don't think he's washed. I think he's just, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I can't put my finger on it.
He is slowly but surely getting to that Peyton Manning stage when Peyton was in Denver, and you can see the arm just starting to wear off. age catch up with everybody. He's 45.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, yeah, I think by the second half of the season, you're gonna see him throwing nothing but ducks. Especially if he keeps getting hit, pounded like he's been taking right now. Like, that's gonna wear on his body. PJ Walker, 177 yards, former XFL quarterback.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, 73.9 QBR rating. The team.
I mean, if you're Carolina at this point, you got to ride with him. I feel like even if Baker comes back healthy, you got to ride with PJ Walker. He gives you more. He gives you more options on that offense. So I would definitely keep him in there as starting quarterback.
Yeah,
but you have to lose.
King said he watched. The Matt Champion said it's like they have all elite Diamond Dave calling the plays out there. Wow.
He's not. I don't see how you can say he's washed. He's still throwing. Like let's just look here real quick.
Him and Matt Ryan is around the same.
Stat wise, he had almost 300 yards passing. So you can't tell me that
he threw the ball 50 times. That's not good.
I mean, well, they were losing. So he has to throw the ball. The running game was not performing to what it was. They only had I think less than 50 yards rushing. But the rush 46. They had to pass the ball. So it's hard for me to say he's washed when he's throwing out there and having good games as a quarterback. He's thrown one pick all year. One pick. So, I mean, to say that he's having a washed up year is a bit silly. The defense is not helping him at all. It's not. I mean, how the hell you give up 21 points to the Panthers?
Hey, you let Foreman
and then a week before that, you give up. You have the Steelers do you like that. It's just the defense is not playing good. They're playing soft. And when you have to have your offense try to get you back in the games, it's just not working right now. But Brady is to blame on some of this.
So
he spread the ball. Look at that 9-4. He threw it to everyone that he could on that offense on Sunday. But
yeah, but
the defense was trash.
Outside of that Mike Evans throw, these are all like check downs. So
yeah, because the offensive line does not give him time to throw the ball.
So out of the
offensive line is horrible.
I mean, it's part.
Have you watched the Bucs game other than the Cowboys game?
Yeah, I watched all of them. I watched the last 3.
Okay, their offensive line is trash. They don't give Brady time to throw the ball. So he has to dink and dunk. He actually has to dink and dunk. And it's pathetic.
That's
we
part
lost.
Of it.
We lost 2. One of them retired, which was Kappa. And it wasn't Kappa. God, I already forgot his name. Kappa went to the Bengals. The other one retired. And now we have like a rookie at center because we lost our center in preseason because of an injury. So our offensive line is trash right now, and it's underperforming. It's not helping out Brady at all. They even have this now where they're switching out left guards. I don't know if you saw that. One left guard's playing 2 possessions, and the other left guard's playing 2 possessions. They're gonna switch them out back and forth.
Sounds like the Cowboys.
How ridiculous is that? I mean, it's ridiculous, but. Again, you just got to go with the flow. You can't make excuses. The Bucs are the favorites to win the NFC South, and if they don't, I think we see Bowles get fired. I see Leftwich go, and I think Brady will leave. I think Brady's gone after the season anyways, but it's definitely not looking good.
So out of these 2 teams, the Packers and the Buccaneers, who you think?
Packers, absolutely.
You think they're going to make the playoffs or get eliminated?
Not make the playoffs. I don't think Packers make the playoffs. Their division is playing a lot better than the Bucs is. The Bucs don't have a team that is 6-1 above them or 5-1. Packers are not looking good in that division alone. With Chicago too, they got Chicago playing good as well. I mean, Chicago will probably beat themselves and be out of it by the end of the season. But you got the Packers and the Bears with the same record. Granted, Bucs have the tiebreaker over the Falcons right now. They have the tiebreaker over the Saints. The only team they don't have the tiebreaker over is the Panthers. So they just got to beat those 2 teams again, which is definitely possible. And we'll see them at the end of the year. I think the Packers don't make the playoffs, if you're asking me. Unless they make like a big move for a wide receiver. That's what they need to do.
Look, y'all go ahead.
It's possible.
Y'all go ahead and clip this now. I think they both missed the playoffs.
Oh, bruh. Okay. All right.
I think the Vikings win their division, and I think Atlanta wins their division.
Okay.
He's laughing. He's laughing, but y'all really should be 2-5 right now.
Oh, don't give me that.
Y'all really should be 2-5 right now. Cam said Brady on YouTube said Brady to the 49ers next season. Double eye emoji.
Nah.
King on Twitch said the Vikings are frauds. You know, he's a Packers fan, so
Vikings are frauds. That's hilarious. I mean, come on now. I get the hatred of a division rival. Yeah. You got to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
And the Vikings are. I mean, if you want to say Cousins will probably be their downfall at the end of the year, I'd agree with you on that. The Vikings are playing good.
Yeah.
On both sides of the field, and they got weapons, and they got a running game. So the Vikings are scary, man. They are scary. So I think the Vikings are not frauds. Falcons, come on,
look,
man.
Cam just said that too. Yes, Falcons.
Come on, bro.
Falcons. I mean, y'all got the same record right now. It's not far-fetched.
The only reason why the Falcons may make the playoffs over the Bucs because they got a softer ass schedule because they were last place last year.
Hey, that's not their fault.
It's not. Well, I mean, it was their fault they got last place, but they got the easy schedule now. So, I mean, I can only see it that way. They got a softer schedule.
It's the same way with us, with the Eagles and Giants playing lesser teams than what we have to play.
True. I mean, that's why the Giants are probably playing better than they probably should, I guess, if you want to say that. But it's hard to say because the Giants, I don't know, man.
Giants are
I don't think they're
They're not like Super Bowl contenders, but
I don't think they're 6-1 good, but I think they're just playing with so much heart, and I think they love that coach they play for. You know, there's a guy. I mean, there's coach. I'm sure you've played football or basketball.
Yes, sir.
Semi-league or rec league or something where there was a coach that you would do absolutely anything for. I think that's what they have. I think they have it's DeBall, whatever, however you want to pronounce it. I think they just believe in his system, and they will do absolutely anything for him. And that's the kind of coach that you need. That's the type of coach that you want to have as your on your NFL team. There's not very many of those in the NFL. There's a few, but there's not very many. He's definitely one of them that's changed the culture overnight. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
What up, Richie?
What's up, Richie?
What up, Richie? Cam on YouTube said the Packers are a mess, but he's not counting them out. He said the Bucs would make the playoffs, but they would get bumped out. All right, well, we'll see.
I can see that. Like, I don't see the Bucs going very far, especially to see because they'll get that home game because they'll win the division. But I just don't see them going very far in the playoffs. And Brady will be gone. Brady will be gone. I don't think he goes to the Niners because that would be pretty. You give up, Charles. You're gonna give up on Lance already? But I do think he'll be gone.
He's going to Miami.
Here's a bold prediction right here. Garoppolo will be a Buck next year.
That'll be okay. All right.
Garoppolo will be a Buck.
Or Cooper Rush. One of them.
Cooper Rush. Get out of here.
Or one of them.
Man.
Cooper is the savior. So, hey, Cooper Rush will be starting somewhere. Cooper Rush going to be starting New Orleans probably. But let's keep it moving. The Giants take out the Jaguars 23-17. Giants 6-1. Jags 2-5. Ravens flock take out the Browns 23-20.
Browns themselves, man. God,
yeah. Nick Chubb 91 yards, 1 touchdown. Mari Cooper 74 yards on 3 catches. Ravens are 4-2. Defense is starting to wake up a little bit. They almost choked this game as well, but they found a way to hold on with a nice interception at the end of the game. Cam said if the Ravens don't pay Lamar to the Dolphins. Yeah.
Browns had a shot to tie it up. I mean, what happens? They get a freaking ball start and backs them up to make it like a 60-something yarder, and it gets blocked. I mean, the Browns just keep beating themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would have made the original field goal, but I mean, come on, Browns. I mean, you got to do better than that. And you got to give them credit. They kept it close. I know they had you sweating over there as a Ravens fan.
I got a little irritated in the second half because I saw the pattern that they've been doing. Jacoby Brissett, he's having a good year, man. 22 of 27, 258 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Once again, Nick Chubb, 91 yards on the ground.
Do you think the Ravens are underperforming right now?
Yes, because it's at least they should have at least 6 wins right now. The way they played those games.
They lost to the Jets.
Any other questions about your
Lost
loan
to
with
the
any Federal
Giants.
Credit Union?
All good. I can't imagine
They could
where I'd
have
be without
easily
you guys.
be 6-1, just like the Giants are.
Yeah,
It feels like they're really underperforming, and they're in a tougher division as well. A tough division with the Bengals kind of sneaking up on them. So yeah, I'd be worried if
you said what?
I'd be worried if I was you, being a Ravens fan. They may not make the playoffs.
Oh, stop. They're making the
Just saying,
playoffs.
bruh.
Get out
Just
of here.
saying.
Come on now.
Just saying.
They're making the playoffs. I'm not worried about that. Let's see the Jets. I told you about the Jets, man. Preseason, offseason. I said watch out for the Jets. Jets are 5-2, 16-9. Take out the Denver Broncos. That was another prediction I made last week with no hesitation when it came to the Jets. I said they'll destroy Green Bay. They beat them. Said they'll beat the Broncos. No hesitation. They beat them. The good thing is Russell Wilson didn't play, so he couldn't get blamed this time. So, but yeah, Jets are 5-2. Look out for the Jets. The Raiders take out the Texans 38-20. Raiders are 2-4 with Devontae Adams. It's ridiculous. I don't know how they 2-4. You got the best receiver in the game. He had 95 yards on 8 catches. You got any thoughts on those 2 games?
No, not really.
Let's keep it moving.
Can I step away from it? Take a phone call real quick. Give me like 5 minutes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry about that.
Nah, you good. So let's keep it moving down the line. Hold on. Actually, I'm gonna keep that on the screen because I don't know. I need to know when he comes back. So I'm gonna keep that screen up. But let's keep it moving. Cam said Jets 5-2 burns me up. Why? King said Devontae left for no reason. I mean, you're a Packers fan. You gonna talk noise. Let me mute his mic. You're gonna talk noise about anybody leaving. Oh, he's back already. Hold on.
All right, I'm good.
Okay, yeah, that was quick. We only got through.
Yeah, it was just my boss from work calling, so he kept calling. Thought I did something wrong. Thought I was fired, but now I'm good.
Nah, don't get fired.
No, everything's good. Good to go.
But yeah, we were just talking about the Jets being better than the
I
Pats.
think how about the Jets? No, they lose Breece Hall with the torn ACL, and then they immediately go and trade for James Robinson.
Yep.
From the Jags. I think that was a great pickup for the Jets, and I think it's gonna. The Jets right now are playing shockingly good and making shockingly good decisions, because the Jets used to be the team that everyone laughed at and thought they were the laughing stock of the league. But here they are making some smart moves. They're playing good on both sides of the field. Sauce Gardner, my goodness, is playing excellent for them. Gotta give the Jets credit for once. I mean, they're playing really, really good. And their coach, talked about how they were, gonna get back at everyone, dogging them, and it's like a revenge season. And
yeah,
he thought maybe he was kind of talking above himself, but they've actually played very, very well. Yeah. It's crazy that they may actually win this division. It's pretty. I mean, Bills would have to crumble, but you never know.
I can't wait to see the Jets and the Bills play now, which is crazy to say, but I can't wait to see it.
15 years of first-round picks finally paying us. I mean, true.
Trust the process. Trust the process, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it may take longer than some, but yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, but I saw in the offseason the moves they made. Quan Alexander drafting Sauce Gardner, like they made good moves on defense, and I was like, Jets gonna be all right. I went out on a limb and said that preseason. People call me stupid on Facebook, but hey, whatever.
Facebook don't like you. Facebook don't
Well,
like you, man.
Facebook is full of my musician homies who think they know sports when they don't know a damn
I
thing
got you.
about it. Like, just because you're a genius playing music don't mean you're right when it comes to sports. And the thing about them is I will post stats and facts to back up everything I say. They don't post not one stats. It's all barbershop opinions. I call it barbershop talk because there's always the loud mouth people at the barbershops be like, yeah, this, and think they right, and they be sounding dumb as hell. So that's what my Facebook is full of right now. So, hey, it is what it is. Like I said, I do the podcast. I'm done arguing with them from now on.
Oh my gosh! Looking at so week 9, you get the game that you want to see: the Bills and the Jets. Week 9. Thursday night football game is the Eagles and the Texans.
Won't be watching that.
No, no, that is a rough game to watch right there. Damn. But why did they do that? Did they purposely schedule crappy games on Thursday? It seems like it's like purposely happening. That's what you don't get any other than this Thursday. We're getting. I mean, it would have been if Bucks were playing a little bit better, but a good matchup between the Bucks and the Ravens. These Thursday night games have been so bad.
Yeah,
seems like they do it on purpose, and you got to watch it on Amazon Prime. It's something that you have to have a subscription to. It's like, come on, man.
Well, it's free on Twitch.
Well, is it? Because I think you have to have. I thought you had to have the app connected to like Twitch to be able to watch it. Okay.
It's free on Twitch. It's free on Twitch because Twitch is Amazon. So,
or Dope has has a link for you. He'll hook you up.
Yeah, there you go. I got you on that too if you need that. So, but yeah, let's keep it moving. The Seahawks 4-3. Take out the Chargers. Damn. Last week we both picked the Chargers, and you was like without a question, without a doubt, and I was like, well, I have some doubt, but I'm gonna still go with the Chargers. Like an idiot, I should have picked the Seahawks. I don't know what's going on with LA. I mean, they do have some injuries. Like, what's
they
lost
Jackson, the corner.
Keenan, he's out for the season.
Keenan Allen is hurt.
No, he's hurt.
He didn't play. They lost Mike Williams as well. They I know they lost a key offensive lineman.
Yeah,
so the Chargers are hurting, and again, they're just inconsistent. They're very inconsistent. They play good, and then they played like 2 weeks in a row. They played really, really good. So you're coming into this game thinking, oh, it's the Seahawks. They're gonna destroy them, and then they just lay an egg. They got manhandled for the most of that game. Like, it wasn't even close.
Yeah. Walk on the ground, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns. Herbert threw the ball 51 times for only 293 yards, 2 touchdowns. Seattle is 4-3, so don't sleep on Seattle making the playoffs at 4-3. Geno Smith is out here doing way more than what everybody expected him to do. So that's another team to look out for in that division and in the NFC. Because moving on, you see their division rivals, the 49ers, fall to 3-4 as they get blown out by the Chiefs, like I predicted, 44-23. I remember you asked, we was talking about the defense of the Chiefs last week about Buffalo and all that, and you asked if I thought they would keep 49ers to 20 points, and yes, because Jimmy G is the problem. So,
man. Niners looked bad that game, man.
Yeah.
It looked horrible. And you thought with the pickup of McCaffrey that they would be... McCaffrey definitely makes that team way better. Like, it would be silly to say that he doesn't. But is it really going to make that much of a difference? Are they going to go... It all relies on Jimmy G.
Yeah, your quarterback is meh.
Definitely. There's times where Garoppolo looks like, man, he could be the franchise. But then there's games like this where he just looks like shit, and you're like, man, we miss Trey Lance. So I feel like they'll make the playoffs, and they even may make the win the division. But when they're playing those high quality teams like the Chiefs, Cowboys, the Eagles, Vikings, I don't think they're gonna beat them.
Yeah. The number one
team that you have to outscore.
Yeah, the number one defense got embarrassed. Pat
He
Mahomes
did.
went off 423 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did throw a pick. Shout out to Juju Smith-Schuster he turning back the clock. 7 catches, 124 yards, 1 touchdown. I know King is gonna hate this. Marcus Valdez-Scantling with 111 yards on 3 catches. King, that's another wide receiver y'all let go for nothing.
Yeah, Truth Loyalty too. He's a Steelers fan. They let go Juju. And how about McCole Hardman? That dude had a freaking game. If you're a Chiefs fan, you're saying Tyreek who? Markel Hardman. You have potential with that man.
I don't know about saying Tyreek who.
Well, Tyreek who?
He had a decent couple of plays. He didn't do too much.
Every day we train,
Come on, don't do that.
challenging ourselves and each other.
Bro.
ESPN keep playing these freaking ads, and it's like super loud. So I didn't even hear what you just said. Repeat what you just said.
I said Tyreek who? Markel Hardman.
Stop, man. Look, Hartman had 32 yards in the air and 28 yards. Like, come on now. Let's ease up now. He just had some decent plays. let's ease up on that.
Scantling, man, that dude, he had a hell of a game too.
Yeah. George Kittle had 98 yards, 1 touchdown. Deebo Samuel, 5 catches, 42 yards. And that's about it. Christian McCaffrey.
George
had
Kittle to
24
me
yards.
is like the most disappointing tight end ever. Like, this guy has so much potential to be a really, really good tight end, but he cannot stay healthy. Like, he's always underperforming to me. Like, he should be on the levels of Travis Kelce because he's really, really good. He's fast, he's big, he's strong. But he could never. I think feel like he underperforms. You don't feel that way?
Well, I mean, besides being injured, he don't have a quarterback. So
I mean, true, but it seems like the last 2 or 3 years, he just hasn't been a really top 3 tight end that he's labeled, in my opinion.
yeah.
Oh, my Alexa just went off.
Yeah, there you go. See, yeah, let's get some of that over there. 'Cause they keep getting me over here with the ESPN and stuff. So
What the hell? That just freaked me out. Okay.
keeping it moving, the Dolphins take out the Steelers 16-10. Dolphins 4-3 at home. Tua 261 yards, 21 of 35. Mostert 79 yards on the ground. Waddle had 88 yards on 4 catches. Steelers are 2-5. Dolphins are 4-3. Last night, Chicago Bears destroy the Patriots. I did not expect that at all. 33-14. There's a little bit of a quarterback controversy going on in New England now.
I saw, man. I saw. What would you do?
I'm riding with Jones.
I don't know, man. I like Zappy. I might give him another shot with him.
Bro, what is going now? My YouTube just randomly signing me out. Like, I don't know what's happening right now. It's a lot going on right now, man. Like, jeez. But yeah, I would go with Jones, man. Honestly, Zappy is good, but that's what happens in New England. They always have a good backup quarterback, man. So that's like replacing Tom Brady with Garoppolo. I'm not doing that.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair point.
Yeah,
Fair
Mac
point.
Jones just had these guys in the playoffs last year. So why would I, take them out? Zappy lost too. He played.
Yeah.
Threw the ball
He didn't do
22
much
yards
better.
and lost. Yeah, so
Yeah. That's true.
Cam said my Packers stink on YouTube. Yeah, they do, buddy.
Yeah.
They do. They had a good 2 weeks before this week though, so they started to get on the winning track. Then they just kind of went downhill from that. So, any other thoughts on week 7 before we make our week 8 predictions?
No, that just like some of the teams that we thought would be there at the end of the year are not performing. Seahawks, Giants, Jets are a very surprising team this year. See if they can keep it up, and going to be an interesting season. It's very wide open. Like other than like the Bills, Chiefs, Eagles, Cowboys, Vikings. I mean, other than that, I think it's wide open who can win. Super Bowl this year. It's crazy. It hasn't been like that in a while.
Yeah, right now it's looking like the Super Bowl winner will come out the AFC.
Yeah.
But you got 3 teams in the NFC, then it's everybody else. In the AFC, it's a bunch of teams that can really do damage, man, at any given time. It's the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Bills. Well, actually, you know what? It might just be 3 over there, too, in the AFC. Or the Dolphins. The Dolphins can do damage at any given time, too. So, depends on, how the quarterback play, how Tua play. So, let's keep it moving. Let's get into Week 8 predictions, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, if you want a chance to win a gift card, Amazon gift card, or dope content merch, all you got to do is go to YouTube, like the video, leave your predictions there, even if you do it on Twitch. Even if you do it on Twitch, leave it there because that's the way I can see it. I can just go to the video and see it left there versus coming to Twitch and having to watch the whole thing as, the comments come in. So, the Week 7 winner, once again, is D-Web. He got 10 right, so shout out to D-Web. I don't know how he got 10 right. He got lucky. That's all I'm going to say. He got lucky. CJ said the Bills winning it all. Yeah, we'll see. It'll be Cowboys and Bills Super Bowl again. It'll be we going to turn back the clock. We going back to the 90s, baby. It's going to be Cowboys and Bills again. And maybe the Bills finally beat the NFC East team in the Super Bowl. Maybe. I don't see it happening. But let's get to Week 8. Thursday night game, Ravens at Tampa Bay. You already know who I got, Ravens.
I'm going Bucks. I think they get back on the right track on Thursday.
Oh, okay. Ravens are favored by 1.5 in Tampa. The Ravens will win. They will have a strong rushing game against Tampa this week, and that's how they're going to win it. Denver at Jacksonville. Ooh, that's tough.
I think this is
That's tough.
It's in Jacksonville. It's in no, it's a London game. I'm sorry. It's a London game.
Yeah.
We don't know if Russell Wilson's playing.
Does it matter? Does it matter if he plays or not, honestly?
You know what? I'm gonna go Jacksonville. I'll go Jacksonville.
You know what? Denver got that top defense, man. So, but their offense is so trash, and I don't get that. I think Denver defense will hold up. I'll give it to them. I'll take Denver. Carolina at Atlanta.
I'm going Carolina.
You want them to win because you don't want Atlanta catching y'all. I'm going with the Falcons. I got the Falcons winning at home. They're going to show Tampa how to beat Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Shots fired at Tampa. Oh, this is easy. Chicago at Dallas.
I want to go like upset, but I'll go Cowboys.
Yeah, I got the Cowboys as well. Cowboys favored by 9.5 points in that game. In the previous game, Atlanta was favored by 4.5, and then Jacksonville was favored by 3. They are favored by 3. Moving on, Detroit hosting the Dolphins. Miami is favored by 3.
I'm going Detroit.
I could honestly see that happening. I wouldn't be surprised if Detroit beat the Dolphins, but I'm gonna go with Miami. Miami's gonna they're trying to keep up pace in the AFC, so I think they come out and play hard enough to win. But I think it's gonna be a close game, and I wouldn't be surprised if Detroit win. But I got Miami. Arizona at Minnesota. Minnesota is favored by 3.5 at home.
You know what? I'm going to go. I've been speaking highly of them, but I think Arizona wins.
I got the Vikings. That's tough. That's a tough one, but I got Minnesota. I got Minnesota on that one. At home, I'll take Minnesota. If it was in Arizona, I probably would have said the Cardinals. This game. Raiders at the Saints. 2
I
and
got
4
Raiders.
versus 2 and 5.
I got Raiders.
Let me see who's playing this game. Raiders are favored by 2. Andy Dalton is playing. Yeah. That's. I guess, yeah, I'll take the Raiders too. I'll take the Raiders. We got the Jets.
Yeah, I just feel like they're gonna outscore the Saints. Like, I just feel like that offense.
That's gonna be a ugly game, but I'll take the Raiders too. The Patriots at the Jets. New England is actually favored by 1.5 points. I'm taking the Jets all day. Yep.
Yeah, Jets. Yeah.
Jets ain't let me down yet, so let's keep it going. Jets. Steelers at Philly. Philly is favored by 11 points.
11 points. Wow.
Against the Steelers. Somebody must be hurt. Let me look at that one. See who's playing. That's a lot of points, even with it being the Steelers.
Yes. You know what? I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna go Steelers.
I see why they picking. So Wallace is out, cornerback. Witherspoon is questionable. Josh Jackson is questionable. So that's. And then Steven Sims is questionable, wide receiver. So that's probably why they got Philly up by 11 points. So that's your 3 best DBs right there outside of Fitzpatrick. They might not play on the road.
I'm gonna go upset city here. I'm gonna go Steel Curtain, pull off the victory.
Philly gotta lose eventually, right? So, but the Steelers, I would love to see it, but I just can't predict it right now. I got the freaking Eagles winning, man. Tennessee at Houston. That's easy. Tennessee all day.
Oh, Tennessee.
Washington at Indianapolis.
Washington.
Indy is favored by 3. You know what? Let's go back to the last game. Tennessee is only favored by 1.5 against Houston.
I think maybe they're counting it. Maybe that Tannehill don't play.
Who gonna stop Derrick Henry though?
True. That's the only reason why I think that they have it like that.
Okay. Well, you said Washington is gonna beat Indiana.
Yes.
Indianapolis, I should say. I keep saying Indiana. I am going to take the Colts.
Okay.
For like the first time this year, I'm going to take the Colts. The 49ers at the Rams. San
I got
Francisco's
Niners.
favored by 1.5.
Niners.
This is a tough game because 49ers are 3-4, Rams are 3-3. You know what? I'm picking the 49ers because last time when they played that Monday night game this year, I literally got on here and said the Rams struggle with the 49ers in the regular season, especially at night games. And I still picked the Rams. The 49ers have won 7 straight regular season games against the Rams. I'm going to take the 49ers as well. It's going to be a lot of red in that stadium.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I got the 49ers beating the Rams. That's the team nobody's talking about. They was in the Super Bowl champs. And they possibly going 3-4. So I think they're getting off a little easy right now. The Giants, Giants at Seahawks.
I'm going to go Seahawks.
Yeah. Seattle is favored by 3 at home. Seattle has been tough, but this is going to be a very physical game, man. But Seahawks at home. I'm going to take the Seahawks too. Giants fall to 6-2. And then the Cowboys move back to second place in the NFC East. Because their only loss right now is to the Cowboys. So that'll skip us ahead of them if they lose to Seattle. Green Bay at Buffalo. I got Bills.
Buffalo. Yeah, Buffalo.
Dude, Buffalo is favored by 11.5.
That's crazy. That's the first time they said ever in Rodgers' career that he's the underdog by 10 or more points.
Yeah. That's definitely
crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Appreciate the follow, Tiger Strike Stream. Make sure you follow my guy Get the Tables as well.
Sir.
King said why I made that laughing sound so easy. Man, that was easy. Come on, Buffalo's gonna kill Green Bay. Stop this, King. I understand you a Packers fan, but sometimes you just gotta call it for what it is. And then we got Cincinnati taking on Cleveland in Cleveland Monday night game. Cincinnati's favored by 3 points.
Cincy. I think Cincy's, like I said, is hitting the right stride right now. I'm gonna go Cincy.
Yeah, I got Cincinnati as well. So that is the NFL Week 8 predictions. Make sure you leave your comments on YouTube once again for your chance to win a gift card or dope content merch. Tony, you still ain't sent me your...
Oh, yeah. I need to get
so
you
I can
on
send
that.
you make you a Get the Table shirt and all that and send it to you.
Yes, sir.
Definitely inbox me on that. Let's move on to the NBA real quick.
Oh, yes, sir.
Let's talk about the Spurs. You trying to tank, but y'all beating the 76ers. Like,
how about that?
What
man?
is going on with
Not only
that?
did we beat them, we beat the Wolves last night too, on the road.
Let me pull up the NBA scores so we can kind of go over some stuff. Oh, Philly got their first win over the Pacers, 120-106. Both teams are 1-3. Raptors are 2-2, beating Miami. Miami is 1-3. Nobody is talking about that yet. The Knicks are 2-1 with Jalen Brunson running point. They beat Orlando 115-102. Celtics fall to 3-1 after losing to Chicago 102-120. Chicago is 2-2. Utah finally get their first L, and against Houston out of all people. Utah was 3-0 and they played Houston, who was 0-3, and Houston ended up beating them 114-108. Brooklyn Nets are 1-2, and they lose to the Grizzlies, who is now 3-1, 134-124. All right, Cam on YouTube, appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you coming through on your lunch break, man. Shout out to you, bro. We got the Spurs 3-1. Team Tank is out the window right now. The Spurs are 3-1, taking out the Timberwolves in Minnesota 115-106. Team that a lot of people slept on, including myself. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think they were gonna be good. Trailblazers 135-110, taking out the Denver Nuggets. Trailblazers are 4-0. And if you want to look at standings, if I didn't name any of your teams, let's go through the Eastern Conference. The top 8 teams right now. Number 1, Milwaukee 2-0. Number 2, Boston 3-1. Tiger Stripe said he is watching from South Carolina. Shout out to you, Tiger Stripe. Charlotte is 2-1. Cleveland is 2-1. New York is 5-1. Washington is New York is 2-1. I'm sorry. They're at the number 5 spot. Washington is 2-1. Atlanta is 2-1. And number 8 is Toronto Raptors with 2-2. Now we get to the West. 4-0, the Portland Trailblazers, number 1. 3-1, Memphis Grizzlies. Spurs are 3-1, number 3. Utah is 3-1. Phoenix is 2-1. Golden State is 2-1. Clippers are 2-1. New Orleans is 2-1. And then the Mavericks are 1-1. They are taking on New Orleans, I believe, tonight, which is going to be a very important game. So, do y'all play tonight, Tony?
We do not play tonight. I think our next game is Wednesday, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't play tonight.
So
I
since
think we
it's
play
only
the Lakers coming up.
Oh, that's an easy win for y'all then. So Team Tank is still going out the window right now. So we got 4 games tonight. Let's go ahead and predict these 4 games. The 1-2 Detroit Pistons taking on a 2-1 Washington Wizards. Who you got?
I'll go Pistons.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm taking Washington at home. The Mavericks 1-1 taking on a 2-1 Pelicans in New Orleans. Dallas is favored by 6 points.
I hate to do it, but I'll go Mavs.
What? I am shocked. But listen, I understand the Mavericks lost the first game, But if you look at it, first of all, that was bad coaching decision by Jason Kidd, benching Christian Wood after scoring 16 straight points, and you benched him for the rest of the fourth quarter up to the last 2 minutes, and that's when Phoenix made their comeback. Like, that was just stupid. But apparently he learned his lesson because Christian Wood was not benched against Memphis, even though we was up by 30 the whole game. So outside of that last 6 minutes in Phoenix, we have completely dominated the top 2 ranked teams in the West from last year. So shout out to the Mavericks. I got the Mavericks winning against the Pelicans tonight. Clippers at OKC.
Clippers.
Got the Clippers as well. Warriors 2-1 taking on Phoenix in Phoenix.
Warriors taking on Warriors. Should be a good game though.
Yeah, I think the Warriors handle Phoenix. In Phoenix. Let me see. And yeah, that's it for the NBA. So before we head off, we got one more thing to talk about, and that is the MLB World Series, ladies and gentlemen. Kicking off on the 28th. Game 1 is on Fox. The Philadelphia Phillies are taking on the Houston Astros. The Astros just recently swept the Yankees, so it's like all that cheating scandal. They were like, oh yeah, you say we cheated. Well, how about this? Take the broom, get swept. And Aaron Judge completely shut down in that series. Houston dominated, man, and I can't stand Houston, but it is what it is. They completely dominated that game. And the Phillies took out the Padres, man. In their last game, they won 10-6 to move on to the World Series. So with the MLB World Series kicking off, who are you pulling for and who are you predicting?
Pulling for and who am I predicting? I want to go because it's been so long. I want to see the Phillies win. I think that'd be cool. I think the Astros pull it off though. I think the Astros end up winning probably in 5. I think.
Oh,
but yeah, I think it's going to be a fun series, but I just don't see, I feel like the Astros are just too good of a team right now, and they're riding high. Even though the Phillies are hitting stride at the right time, they feel like the Braves right now, where they hit at the right time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think right now you have to go the hot hand, which is the Astros. I mean, they just beat the Yankees pretty easily. So I would have to go them.
I'm sorry. I hate the Astros. I'm going for the Phillies. I got the Phillies winning. Max said 1 World Series to our 27. Y'all can have it. Max, you sound like a Cowboys fan when we talk about our 5 Super Bowl rings, you know. But yeah, I'm with you. The 27 World Series for the Yankees over Astros. I just hated to see the Astros sweep the Yankees after that whole cheating scandal and things like that. You know, I thought the Yankees would do something better.
Yeah, I hear you.
You say, but the Yankees go to the playoffs every year, not like Dallas. Oh, what are you watching? Dallas in the playoffs, they just lose in the playoffs. That's all that is. Just like the Yankees been losing in the playoffs. We'll make it. We just lose. But yeah, I got Philly taking it. Wild card is a playoff. I'm sorry. I got Philly taking it in 6. Yeah, I think Philly taking it in 6.
Okay.
Who is the home team in this? Hold on.
I think it's the Astros, if I'm not mistaken.
Because I know they do it based off the All-Star win. I can't remember who won the All-Star game this year. But yeah, I got Philly taking it in 6, no matter who the home team is, as far as the home field advantage. And Max, you talking about wild card in the playoffs? Didn't the Yankees get put out the wild card like last year or 2 years ago? Weren't they just recently in the wild card and lost? So if it ain't the playoffs, then y'all ain't in the playoffs either. That's all I'm gonna say about that. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So that is the show for today, man. Much love for everybody coming through. Shout out to everybody that came through. on YouTube and Twitch. The replay
Yes,
of
sir.
this will be available on YouTube immediately afterwards. And then I will also put it on dopecontent.com. We do this every Tuesday around 10:45 a.m. Only reason I say around 10:45 is sometimes we shoot for 10:30, but you know, technical issues. I get home late from work sometimes. Like today, I got home late from work, so I didn't have time to like get everything going right on time. So around 10:30 to 10:45 is normally the time we start every Tuesday. We're gonna keep making our NFL prediction. I'm gonna keep giving away gift cards and merch to people who out predict both of us. And as the NBA go along, we'll add more NBA to it. It's the first time we mixed in any type of MLB, so there you go right there. We'll keep you updated on the scores for the MLB, and then you know when hockey playoffs get here, we'll do that. The Matt Champion said, "Great show out there. Dare I say it was dope?" Hey, there you go. Go ahead and say it.
This guy.
Right. I would bring up some type of wrestling, but I haven't even finished watching Monday Night Raw from last night. So.
Oh no worries. Maybe we can talk about it next week.
I heard it wasn't that good.
It wasn't that great.
And some of the stuff I saw last night wasn't. I was like, what the hell is happening right now? It looked like Vince McMahon came back for a night. So I'm gonna finish watching that before I head back to work. Oh, I still got to finish watching the main event of Halloween Havoc too.
There you go. You got some things to watch over there, my friend.
Yeah. Outside of that, I'm all caught up. But yeah, busy weekend, bruh. Once again, like 4.5, 5 hours total sleep from Friday to the end of Sunday. So yeah, it was bad. Friday night, I'm not gonna have wrestling. Oh, he said he's gonna have wrestling on. The Matt Champion, are you a streamer? You stream?
Yeah, he streams. Yeah.
Why I didn't know that? Why I'm just now finding it out? Hold on, let me click on you and follow you now. Shout out for the free promotion in the chat, by the way. Yeah. But
he's a cool guy.
Yeah, I'm not one of those streamers that get mad when people, unless they just start spamming stuff without even saying something, like showing love first, and you just spamming your channel. Then I'll be like, hey, bruh, you about to get banned. Val, the Matt Champion, I just gave you a follow. I did not know you were a streamer this whole time, bruh. I did not know. So make sure you follow him as well if you're not following him. Looks like he does some wrestling, WWE 2K, and etc. like that. So he say he's he say he's new. All right, bet, man. So make sure you give the Matt Champion a follow, man. Tony, go ahead and promote whatever you want to promote.
Yeah, we'll get the tables. We'll be live tomorrow night for an AEW Dynamite. So if you want to watch wrestling with some people, and not by yourself, and you want to enjoy it, come hang out with us. We start about 7:55 Eastern, a little bit about 5 minutes before the show starts. So come by, hang out, and enjoy some Dynamite with us.
So speaking of Dynamite, did you watch both NXT and AEW last week?
I did not watch NXT. I checked out Dynamite.
Wow. NXT was better.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it feels weird saying that because I haven't said that since the black and gold disappeared. But yeah, as far as like the time slots, the way they set up the matches, it was probably an even show, but the way they did the matches head to head and the segments head to head, NXT did a better rundown than AEW. AEW ended it strong with the main event versus what NXT had, but the main event ended up, being what that was with Adam Page going down. So, but NXT was very good last week, and AEW barely beat them in the ratings.
Yeah, I saw that.
I thought they was gonna get destroyed. They barely beat them in the ratings. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Close little battle there. Yeah, I gotta go check out NXT from last week. I did check out a couple of matches from Havoc. But I have to check out some more matches on Havoc too. Or the triple threat.
Halloween Havoc was bad. Outside of the ladder match and like two other matches. From what I've seen, Halloween Havoc was kind of bad.
I saw the ladder match. I didn't see the women's match. I didn't see the triple threat. I did see the ambulance match, which I thought was pretty good. Other than that, I haven't seen a lot of these matches, but I heard the triple threat was really, really good. Heard the main event was really, really good. So I have to go back and watch that.
Yeah, so that's the only thing I gotta watch, and that'll determine if I like Halloween Havoc or not. That ladder match was fire. One of the best ladder matches I've seen in a long time. So that ladder match was crazy. Rob said, "I'm here, man. We about to get off. Talking about 5 minutes late. Get out of here, Rob."
Yeah.
Yeah, man, get Rob out of here, man. But once again, shout out to Tony from Get the Tables. Make sure you follow him.
As always.
Once again, dopecontent.com is where you go. If you're a music fan, thank you for the ones that came through the stream last night. I know we had Raw going on. We had NFL football going on. So the people, for y'all to come through on that, and I wasn't talking wrestling or anything like that, that was very dope. The guys appreciate it, man. You got to see two of my homies who's just been playing sold out Tokyo Domes and things like that. You got to see footage of it and the crowds that they play in front of them. Like it's crazy what they're doing right now. So and they're killing the game out here in the music business. So shout out to everybody that came through that. You can also watch that and show love and like and share that YouTube. We still have our YouTube membership. So if you want exclusive content, because I'm about to start doing a lot of that type of stuff exclusively and some other stuff on YouTube for the members only, but I'm just waiting to get the members back going on YouTube. Also, we're still trying to get this graphics card. We're still stuck on tier 2. If you want to help out the stream, all you got to do is hit !tip, or you can do it on dopecontent.com or the main page or the super chat on YouTube. There's so many ways to help the stream out. Once again, I give out stuff every week. Everything that comes from tips and stuff goes directly into the stream.
Yes, sir.
So if y'all want more merch, y'all want a better looking stream, more graphics and etc., more giveaways that's worth more than what I'm giving already, y'all got to help out. I'm sorry, I got kids, no child support. I'm just saying. But just saying.
There you go.
Rob said Phillies and 6. That's exactly what I said, Rob. So I hope that happens. But other than that, man, much love to y'all. Y'all have a good one, and we are out.